Today's topic is for class 11th biology, and the topic is morphoanatomy of the flower. Here we will study the morphology of the flower. Here the parts of the flower you will study. So the parts of the flower are, the number one is pedicel. So the pedicel is the stalk of the flower from where it is attached to the branch or stem. So the pedicel you can see here, this is the pedicel stalk of an flower by which it is attached to the branch or the stem. This is holding the flower. So this structure is called pedicel. Now the next part of the flower is sepal. One member of the outermost whole of the flower. Collectively, the sepals make up the calyx. The sepals may be free or fused. So the sepal, they are the structures which are green in color, and they protect the flower in the bud condition. When the bud is there, after the flower is formed, so in the bud position, these sepals protect the other members of the flower, but collectively they are called calyx. These are the sepals, and in a group collectively we call them calyx. Next is petal. Mostly this part of the flower is colorful. One member of the second whorl of the flower. Collectively the petals make up the corolla. So collectively they are called corolla. The petals may be free or fused. So petals may be united or they may be free. So here you can see these are the free petals, and collectively they are called corolla, and they are the colorful part of the flower, and these are the parts which attract insects for pollination. So petals are collectively called corolla. Here perianth. So the perianth is a position when calyx and corolla are united. When calyx and corolla are united, and the condition is called perianth. Sepals and petals when they are attached together, and the condition is called perianth. So perianth, the calyx and corolla together. So these are the sepals, and these are petals, and if they are united, they are called perianth condition. Here calyx and corolla, you can see this is a colorful part which is called corolla, and here the green part, these structures, they are called calyx. And calyx is a collective term that is used for sepals. So the collectively they are called sepals, and collectively the petals they are called corolla. The terminology that is used to describe a flower, this terminology is as follows: as when we call a complete flower, the complete flower is that which has calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. So when all the members of a flower are present in a single flower, that is called complete flower. So the all the members are present, then it is complete. If any member is absent or missing, that is called incomplete flower. So see here, when one of the four whole members, any one of the four and whole member is absent or missing, the flower is called incomplete. And third one is the flower unisexual. Unisexual flower, when anyone, male or female reproductive part, male part is androecium, and when androecium is present, the flower is called staminate, and when gynoecium is present, that is called pistillate. Any one of them is present, not both, then it is called unisexual flower. So unisexual flower is that which is having only one male or female part in a single flower. Then bisexual flower, when both male and female means androecium and gynoecium are present in a flower, that is called bisexual flower. So complete, incomplete, unisexual, bisexual flower, you can understand them. If the flower is complete, it means it is having all the members like calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. And if any one is missing, that is incomplete flower. Unisexual, when any one of the male or female reproductive part is present in a flower, not both, then it is called unisexual. And when both are present in the same flower, then it is called bisexual. So these terms are used when we describe a flower. Then monoecious flower, when both male and female flowers are present on the same plant. Sometimes the male and female flowers are present, but the reproductive parts are not in the same flower. But flowers, male and female, they are present on the plant, on the same plant. That condition is called monoecious, and the plant is called monoecious plant. So monoecious plant is when both male and female flowers are present on the same plant. So you can see in the case of maize, here male flower and the down female flower. So on the same plant, both male and female are present, then the condition is called monoecious, and the plant is monoecious plant. Then dioecious plant, when male and female flowers are present on separate plants. In dioecious, the plants are different, the bearing male and female flowers. If the different plants they are bearing male and female plants, then this condition is called dioecious, and the plant is dioecious plant. It can be seen in date palm, where male and female are present on different plants, and also in papaya, where male and female plants are different. So they are called dioecious plants. See here, female and male plants. Trees are there. They are having the different sex organs, male and female, and the plant is called dioecious plant. Here also you can see this can be represented as male plant and female plant. This is a representation of the male and this is a female, and bisexual hermaphrodite condition where male and female are present in the same flower, and monoecious where male flower and female flowers they are on the same plant. So this is the difference. Male plant, female plant means unisexual when the plants are different, and when bisexual on the same plant, both male and female reproductive organs are present in the same flower, but monoecious when female and male plant, female and male flower is present on the same plant. So this is monoecious, this is bisexual, and these are unisexual flowers. Plant, male and female plants, they are different. Now symmetry, flower symmetry you will study here. An assessment of the presence and number of mirror image planes of symmetry. So the flower symmetry will study here. In flower symmetry, the flower is called actinomorphic, radius symmetrical or regular when flower is divided by any vertical plane into two equal halves. So when a flower is divided into two equal halves through any plane, the flower is called having radial symmetry or actinomorphic. So the term is used actinomorphic when the flower is having radial symmetry. Then this is shown here, actinomorphic flower, corollas, and it is pentamerous flower having 5 and petals and other members, showing actinomorphic condition and radial symmetry. Now zygomorphic or bilateral symmetry for flower, it is term used zygomorphic condition, or it is understood by the term bilateral when flower is divided into two equal halves only by one vertical plane. So you can see here irregular flower is there, so only this plane can divide the flower into two equal halves. No other line can be drawn to divide the flower into two equal halves. Here you can also see the flower is only divided into two equal halves, only a single plane. So these flowers they are called zygomorphic, and the symmetry is called zygomorphic or bilateral symmetry. Asymmetrical flowers, when flower cannot be divided into two equal halves from any plane, that is called asymmetrical or irregular.